Alright, so in the second figure making video, what we're going to do is plot two different series together on the same chart. In the previous video we looked at how you do all the annotation, so we'll touch a little bit on that, but mostly we're going to be concerned with how can we plot two things together on the same graph. And so let's do this with data that I've extracted for July 31st, 2013 from your MCMWX file. And I'm working with downwelling shortwave as well as upwelling shortwave. And so let's plot these two together on the same chart. So I'm going to go the straightforward way here, just by repeating what we've done earlier and by highlighting the downwelling shortwave radiation data all the way to the bottom. Click on line and then plot this line graph. Now remember we said that we wanted to change a couple things here. We want to give us a proper name and we want to make the proper categorical axis values. So I'm going to right click and go to select data. We're going to edit the name of the series, so I'm going to call this downwelling shortwave radiation. Oops. Okay. And now I'm going to give it some categorical variables, which is going to be end time. So I'm going to select end time for that same amount of rows. Click OK. Alright, so at this point, I'll just click OK here. And I'll go back up. So we have everything back to the way, pretty close to the way that it looked in the original the figure that we did in the last video. And so what I want to do now is add in the upwelling shortwave radiation to this. So I can do this again by right-clicking and going to select data. And then here what I want to do is add another series. So it's going to ask me for the series name, so I'll call it upwelling shortwave radiation. And it's going to ask me for where the values are, for what the values are. And so I'm going to highlight this or get rid of this, and then click the same rows that I did for the downwelling shortwave radiation, but just for the upwelling. So click at the top there, now hold shift, click at the bottom, click OK. And I'm going to apply the same categorical axes on it. So I'm going to go back to end time, so the start and end, click OK. And so now we should be all set up. So we can use this as a way of browsing our data as well to whatever we want to have in this plot. So click OK. And we'll go back up, and so here you go. So here's your downwelling shortwave radiation in blue and your upwelling shortwave radiation in red. Now, of course, you have all sorts of possibilities that you can do here in terms of changing color. You can do it up here with the wizard up top, or you can go to Format Data Series, and you get a lot more control in terms of if you want markers to be there, what color do you want your line to be, what kind of style do you want your line to be, etc., etc. And so in this case we have legend entries here that are important because we have more than one series on our figure. So even if we gave it our figure an appropriate title, which we definitely should, it's good to have these here so that people can really quickly distinguish the difference between the two time series.